Hi, my name is Payton Singleton, and this is my video application for the online program. I grew up in a small town called Lonsdale, Minnesota. In this small town, I don't remember much diversity, and I went to elementary school here as well. At the time, we were only combined with Montgomery, and we were known as the Redbirds. I don't remember learning much about many different cultures at the time, and my classes were primarily white students. I didn't know any difference from my small town. Going into middle school, we are now combined with Center, Minnesota, which had a large Hispanic population. I didn't know much about their culture, and I remember one day in 7th grade, I was headed to softball practice, and this was now held in Center since we were a combined district, and they were setting up for something in their school. I asked one of my teammates, who was a part of the Hispanic community, what was going on. She told me they were going to be celebrating Cinco de Mayo the next day. I remember hearing about this day, but I don't remember ever talking about it at school the day before or even the next days or in years past. I was really confused on why they were celebrating it in their school, but we had never even talked about it, even though we were all part of the same district. When we're looking back at this time, I think about how we barely talked about their cultures. They would be the only ones who would tell us about these special days, and while looking at Center schools, they would help celebrate their students and their different holidays of their cultures. When I went into high school, these students of these cultures got more of a voice, and they would explain what was happening. Our Spanish teacher would put on little celebrations for these students, and we would recognize different cultural days during the year. Many teachers would take time before class to recognize these days for these students. Well, looking back at this time, I realized how sheltered I was from my peers and their cultures and how that was not okay. I realized that the shelter created a barrier between me and my peers. From going to school and now working as a paraprofessional, I understand how important it is to recognize these special days for our students, allowing them to feel like school is a safe and welcoming place. While I have been working as a paraprofessional, I've seen the teacher I primarily work with allow the students to talk about things they celebrate and do at home with their peers and let their peers ask them questions and be curious. This allows the students in our class to feel welcome. And like students, this is a safe place for them to talk about their beliefs from home and their different celebrations at school. As a future educator, I want to be culturally responsive. I will allow my students to bring their cultures, beliefs from home, and to be open to different ways of learning, allowing my students to express their beliefs in different backgrounds and experiences. As a future educator, I will not shelter my students from other cultures that create barriers between my students due to their differences. As a future educator, I will recognize different norms and beliefs and that are important to my students and their cultures and allow them to be the center of a discussion to talk and ask questions to each other and learn more about each other's cultures and things that are important to them. I will recognize different culture celebrations and differences to each of my students and allow them to express their celebrations and traditions in my classroom. Thank you.